I must say that when Leonardo da Vinci commissioned that work, he didn't expect that Nigeria's version of Tyler Perry would put together a play about how it was stolen. Well, we have him here, executive producer, award-winning director, actor. You've seen him on African Magic, different places. He's done everything. Been there, done that. Adebowale Santa Ogunshina. It is great to have you. You are welcome. I call him Nigeria's Tyler Perry. And of course, we've got a member of the cast, of course. Temi is in the house. How are you doing? You are welcome.
Very fine, thank you.
You're welcome. I love what I saw. It's a very intriguing line. Mona Lisa is about the most famous painting in the world and all of that. And this play has gone past continental borders.
Yeah.
We've done it outside. But let's talk about the play. What inspired Who Thief Mona Lisa?
So really, I just wanted to talk about art, art appreciation, art in the country, really, because if you look at the Westerners, they cherish art, and there's a certain story behind everything that they do, sort of like branding. But sometimes I realize that the Nigerian artist, for lack of a better word, is we just, so some artists really, they just want to do art and not think of the branding, not think of the business side. They just want to, artists just want to do their works and be left alone. But luckily for them in the Western world, they have like agents, they have a lot of things working for them. When they see you're great at what you do, you see a lot of team, you have a team around you, working on marketing, working on branding and all that. Whereas here, we don't really have that as much. So the artist here is the marketer, you're almost like everything.
Okay.
And you have to do it. If not, you probably will not be able to make the next art, the next work. So it's about identity crisis as well. There is a lot of we are consuming a lot of foreign works. So that sort of influenced our works. That's why sometimes it's neither here nor there. We pick that. There's a lot of identity crisis. Yeah, and I mean the play is really about the overwhelming invasion of foreign works in the Nigerian art space.
Because I was about to ask, how did that name come in? Since you're trying to promote, the local content, as it were. But let's talk about you being on that project. What was it like for you being a part of this project, Who Thief Mona Lisa?
It's amazing. Interestingly, I haven't done theater in a while.
Okay.
So this is like my comeback.
Okay.
And it's good that I'm having this comeback with him because it was, we studied theater in UI together, and it was, it's 2 years my senior, and it really helped me as a playwright as well, because I'm also a playwright. Really helped me establish myself and all that. So coming back to work with him again after so many years, as my comeback is really good.
Full circle.
Yes, and he's someone I admire, and I like his style of writing. He's funny. He's a comedian, so his plays are always funny and absurd.
So there's something with theater practitioners that we don't see in the wider entertainment sphere, Nollywood as it were. Theater practitioners, you hear a lot of stories like this. We went to school together, we worked together. There's that camaraderie. That once we enter into the wider Nollywood, or as it were, it seems it disappears. It's no longer there. What is it in the theater practitioners? What is that thing? What is that thing that keeps the bond still alive? Because you are not the only story like this. There are many other stories like this in theater.
Yes, I think it's the rigorous process that we went through together. Having to do several plays together. All night. There sometimes you have all night rehearsals where you rehearse all through the night to the morning, discuss plays together.
It was in my play. My directed Song of the Goats when I was in school.
Oh, wonderful.
And it was
there. Yeah. And so that is more or less like a brothers in arms kind of thing.
Like that military thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, so there's that bond is forged there, which all, okay. But wonderful. But now let's talk about this play and all of that. You did it in the UK. How was the reception there?
Oh, it was great, actually. Because, you are talking about foreign invasions, you have foreign works invading here.
Yeah.
So they could understand it. They could understand it, they also know, they have artists there as well. So they could also understand that it's tough for an artist to actually succeed. You know, there's a level of success that before you can get there, it takes a lot of self-doubt, a lot of consistency, so they could, you know, understand the context of the play.
Context of the play.
And then everybody knows Mona Lisa.
Yes,
you know,
definitely.
So I mean, Mona Lisa is just the identity, is what we use to so let me give you a bit of the synopsis. So, you know, it says, bothered by the overwhelming invasion of foreign works in the country, an artist, Eda, teams up with his friend and agent to steal some of Leonardo da Vinci's works that are presumably on tour in Nigeria.
Wonderful.
So we know, of course, that they are not, but it's just fiction.
Yeah, it's fiction,
you know?
all of that.
So Eda is a Pan-African painter. You know, everything is about.
It's true to his roots.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true to his roots. You know, and then this agent is telling him that yes, you know, you need to also be welcoming. You need to embrace new tools. You need to embrace social media. So he's an artist who just wants to do his great works and be left alone.
I am looking forward to this because I love heist movies. So when I think about it, I think about those foreign heist movies I've seen. I mean, there have been movies of people who actually went to steal the Mona Lisa. So I'm looking forward to this one. When and where is this happening?
So it's happening at the Lagos International Theatre Festival.
Which is on
yes,
now. Which has
it's
been
on now.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are performing on Saturday at 2 p.m. at Muson Lawn.
Okay.
Muson Center.
On the lawn, right?
On the lawn.
So there's been an uprising place where the audience is also part of the, you know, it's an all-consuming, immersive experience. Yeah. That's the word. And is that the kind of play that this is?
Yeah, really, because the audience are the paintings. Really?
You're already telling us too much. I am looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this. Tell us about the other cast members. Who are those involved in this? What are we going to see? What are we expecting to see on Saturday?
So it's also happening on Sunday at 6 p.m.
Sunday at 6 p.m.
Saturday and Sunday.
The same venue?
The same, yeah.
Muson? Lawn.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So
we have Temiloluwa Fosudo, we have Mr. Rain, Tunde Ojubaro.
Okay.
We played an obsessed tour guide who is obsessed with French works. You know, so they call him. That's why one of the people said he's in love with Monsieur Raphael. That's the name of the character.
Okay.
And then we have Reki. Reki is the agent and a friend to Eda.
Okay.
So it's a 3-man play.
Wonderful. I love those kind of plays because you get to see the range of people and all of that. But let me just, you have experience. Well, let's just wider before we get back to, let's talk about the industry. You've done stuff for Netflix and all of that. There's been, in some ways, there's been a deluge of money in some ways to African content. Has the industry really moved forward? Because even still now, we're still hearing complaints. And then even on Netflix, there's people talk about how some things there are actually not to the standard that it should be. Where there was complaint about money. Yes, we're not saying it's solved entirely, but in some ways, there's been some investment from streaming platforms. Is where we are now, is it where we should be? Is it the best? Where we are now, is that the best that we could do as an industry, as Nollywood?
Well, I don't think it's the best we can do or we can be at the moment. But what I know is that the mood in Nollywood right now is that there are a lot of people that are dreaming to do better stuff and bigger stuff. And, you know, it all starts with mindset. And it's what I find interesting, that the mindset of the people are beginning to change. We're beginning to have more people thinking like revolutionaries, you know, people that we know that we're not doing enough. You know, especially younger filmmakers, we know that we're not doing enough, so we want to do better. And when you go to film festivals, you see that there are actually people doing good films. You know, so I really believe that the industry is actually getting better.
Santa, what are your thoughts on that?
You mentioned money.
Yeah.
You can't take Nollywood out of Nigeria. There's an, you know, the economy is also not so favorable at the moment. So that's trickles down. You find that in other sectors as well. So a few people making millions, billions, to me is not success. You know, like 5%, 10% making millions. It's not success. It has to go around.
It has to spread.
Yeah, it has to spread across. In advanced countries, you have people doing simpler stuff, just entertainment. There's a lot of channels that they're just doing smaller films and they're fine, you know. So it has not gone around yet, but we are on the right track. Really.
Wonderful, wonderful, Santa. Thank you so much. We're looking forward to the play. You said Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
How do people have access to it?
Yeah, I mean you can get tickets via the Lagos International Theatre Festival website.
Wonderful.
And then I think yes, you can, and then you can follow us on social media.
All right.
Utif Mona Lisa, you know, you get details there.
I will be there. I hope you will be there. Let's catch up and watch Utif Mona Lisa this weekend at Lagos International Theatre Festival. We have breakfast for you.
Oh,
Even though it's something that can take you. I'm sure you're rehearsing today.
Yes.
By the time you're done with this breakfast, you go rehearse. Right? You're not going to see the rehearsal. I go show well. All right, please let's head over to the kitchen.
Come see the play. We have a ticket.
All right, wonderful.